Calum, breathtaking finish.
Yeah, I left it late. Terrific character from the players. I think to be 2-0 down, like you say, right at the death and get something out of it is massive testament to what they're like, and they've plugged away and got something out of the game.
When you went 2-0 down, do you think, are we going to get back into this one?
I thought we started the second half really, really well. I thought the second goal came against the run of play, and look, I might be in the minority. I've learned in my several years at Chester Football Club that Chester Football Club is in the world of 1s and 10s, so we're either a 1 out of 10 or 10 out of 10, whereas the reality is we've probably created more chances today in a home fixture than we have probably in the last 6 or 7 games. It's a travesty we haven't scored in the first half with the 2 really, really good chances that we've had, and I thought we were in the ascendancy at the start of the second half. What we can't do is concede the 2 goals we've conceded today. I almost feel like the pendulum completely swung from plenty of our home games. You've gone, do we look like scoring? Well, today, on another day, we've scored 4 or 5 goals, but it's probably the first time where I've looked at us and gone, we look like we're going to concede. And I thought the goals against were really, really poor on our part, which hasn't happened very often, and these things do happen. It's just frustrating that we've worked very, very hard on an area of the game in terms of being a bit more progressive, being a bit more positive going forward, which we certainly did. I can back that up with various statistics from the 27 pages of analysis that we get on every single game. It's not an opinion, it's a fact. But the reality is we've conceded 2 really poor goals at home.
And 2 poor goals from ex-Chester players.
Yeah, that's always there. 2 talented players, 2 people I know. Tom Pearce, who's done very, very well at this level of football and the level above. But it doesn't matter who scores them, does it? They don't get 3 goals because they used to play for Chester. Curzon scored 2. A side that have come here and done well, I'm told, over the recent years. And we've managed to get a point out of the game from a losing position. But let's be real, we really wanted 3 points today. We put a lot of work up in the build-up. That there's signs and things to be really positive about. But look, we've got to be disappointed with our overall return over 90 minutes.
Matty Williams reduces the arrears, and then of course Kurt Willoughby, who else I suppose, 2 minutes into added time.
I thought the way we started the second half, you just thought it was when we were going to score, and then we're about to make a really attacking change, and as we're doing it, the ball's in the back of our net, which really, really hinders your momentum. But our first goal came out of nothing really. We did look like we weren't turning the screw. Well worked, great flick on at the near post. We work a lot on attacking near post set pieces, and Willow finishes it off. I thought we were always going to score an equaliser after that. You've got to remember, this is a very young group, a very new group, and I'd be very intrigued to see how many sides, if you rip Declan Weeks, Liam Edwards, Kevin Roberts, Kieran Coates, Cole Hall, 5 players that have started the vast majority of our games, rip that out of a team and expect to be fluid, organised, yes, but have real patterns. No, it's very, very difficult to have as many changes as we've had to make today for a variety of reasons. But what you see in the group is at times they just lack confidence at 2-0 down, which for a side that have had a fantastic season, that I think people forget, if we are playing for 7th place on the last game of the season, that'll be tremendous, because no one said we were going to be there in August, no one said we were going to be there in November, let's be honest. And that is where we're at, and we can all get carried away and really excited, but I don't ever remember any talk at the start of the season about winning this league. For us to be within touching distance of the top is a massive reflection on how well the players have done, how well the club's done. So for us, we've got to reflect with frustration on today's performance, take from it the areas that we've improved on, which you can clearly see. If you can't see that, you aren't looking, and it's a wasted conversation. But at the same time, we can't be that imbalanced where we're going to concede 2 goals like that in a home game. In the same way, want to get through to the players, got to have a bit more belief, got to really believe when we're having spells of possession, when we're chasing a goal, we're not going to go and create. We've talked about it, 5 or 6 chances in added time. You've got to try and work one really good one and make it count. And we have, right at the death, we've nearly nicked it. So not the level that we demand from one another, not the level that we expect. But I keep saying it, if our miles off it, our woeful performances, whatever people want to call it, no problem, we don't lose a game of football. Remarkable.
As a statement, did you miss the guile of Declan Weeks and the organisational ability of Kevin Roberts today?
Even a journalist of your credibility has just asked me, did Chester Football Club miss the best player in the league today? Yes, in other news, if we'd have scored another goal, we'd have won. Yes, we missed Declan Weeks because he's the best player of his kind. We missed Kevin Roberts' real experience. Liam Edwards, who I think's been tremendous for us. I can use so many names of players that are missing, and I stand by. There aren't going to be many sides that have 5 players ripped out of their team and put incredible performances, which aren't what we want to be today. I'm really, really clear. But we've just got to keep moving forwards.
On the positive side, Weeks is available for the next game. Kevin Roberts, is he?
Yeah, he will be. That's the nature of it. Sometimes you lose players on a Friday, and we just felt with Kevin, he'd felt something. What I will say, I thought Harrison Burke was tremendous. You forget how long he's been out. It has been a long, long time, and he's come in, played 90 minutes, which his body won't thank him for in the morning.
Nor his match legs either.
he was absolutely terrific. So they're just big characters, big personality. Deck Week shouldn't have ever been missing from today's game. It was a farcical situation at the end of a game last week. That's where my frustration wasn't that we played 5 minutes with 10 men against Brackley. It was the consequences this week. But in terms of trying to create the right environment, the right culture, and being able to move forwards, you've got to find a way to take the positives, which are, we looked more of an attacking threat today statistically than we have in recent games, certainly here. We scored, like I say, broke that spell of only scoring 1 goal in a home game. That's been really frustrating for us, and we've come back from 2-0 down with not very long to go. However, what rests with me, and only me, that's not players, is the fact that we can't be that imbalanced where we have to concede stability, defensive solidity, the ability to get clean sheets here, which I think has come to us quite naturally. We can't concede 2 goals like that, and look, they've had a 3rd one ruled out as well, let's be real. So, disappointing, don't mistake finding positives as justifying things. Disappointed, frustrated, and I feel really, really, almost reflecting, we're frustrated that we're in a playoff position, that we've dropped points in a home game against the side that we've dropped points against regularly, historically. That's a really, really good building block moving forwards.
Carl, thanks for talking to us.